Welcome to Wild Magic with me, your host, Adrienne Cobb. Join me on a journey back home to your truest self in this inspiring, enlightening, and entertaining show. After a near-death experience in a car crash at 15 years old, I made a choice to stay and brought back with me 3 simple truths that I found from the other side. Love is all there is. Our time is over here quicker than we think, and we all have a purpose, a soul blueprint to fulfill. On this show, you will find a higher purpose, a creative expression, and unique soul attributes that you can bring forth into this world. Stay tuned with me for the next hour and find your higher purpose on Wild Magic, starting now. Welcome. I'm your host, Adrienne Cobb, and you're listening to Wild Magic with Adrienne on Transformation Talk Radio. So stay with us for the next hour to learn about spiritual hacks that will make your life easier. Each week on Wild Magic with Adrienne, we will have something to entertain, enlighten, and hopefully awaken you to the best parts of being the innate brilliance of you. So I will also be taking live calls today. If you want to, call in with a live question or something, you can call 1-800-930-2819. Again, that's 1-800-930-2819. I'll probably do that more towards the end of the show. So for the spirit hacks, in this particular show, we're going to be exploring the science and mystery of the modern day mystics, spiritual wonders, and living masters who've walked this world with hearts on fire and gained some amazing spirit hacks along the way to make life more easier and effortless for all of us who kind of follow in their footsteps. So, if we want to get real with ourselves about ourselves, being human is one hard-ass job to kind of keep up with. So one thing after another, it just really becomes kind of exhausting after a while. So anything that we can do to make life a little bit easier, a little bit better, would really be helpful. So I've searched a lot of different things with people and situations, try things on, whether it's ancient wisdoms or whether it's current day people. And the soul searching and the meaning of life for those last 33 years, day in and day out. And everybody keeps asking the same question in a lot of the sessions I do with people. One is, who am I? That's always a big one. Where do I belong? And what's my purpose here? And of course, the most famous one of all, I've already worked on this. When will this all be done, with this issue? So after a lot of lifetimes, I've learned to pay attention when a spirit hat works in my personal life. So much of what's out there you can just throw out the window. I find it's actually not that helpful and oftentimes just kind of confuses a little bit more. So one of my most recent favorite spirit hacks I want to be sharing with you today is called Blessing Balls of Light. And I get so excited and happy even thinking about blessing balls. I do them every morning, whether I'm just meditating, I'm in the kitchen making my juices, feeding, birds, cats, whatever. I just love these blessing balls. So I learned about them from Chrissy Marie Sheldon. So she's kind of our modern day mystic that we're working with today. Found her on Mind Valley, was doing one of her courses, actually on Unlimited Abundance. Did the whole Limited Abundance course, and then off to the side, there's like this little add-on, this little like bonus, and it says bonuses, 24 hours of love or above. And it took me like, a good month to even realize it was there. So when I finally kind of clicked on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the end all of really cool things to do. And I've been doing it every day since, and I'm amazed at the difference it makes, whether it's a trip I'm taking and the way things work out with travel, to traffic and things just going more smoothly that way, to financial issues, to relationship issues, even past relationship issues where, there might be some static or things going on. It just helps to unravel things. There's nothing too big or too small you can't put into your blessing ball. And it's just really a lot of fun. It's a great way to manifest. It's really a manifestation tool that we're working on today. So if you've never heard of Christy Marie Sheldon, she's a very gifted intuitive life coach and author. She is Mind Valley's #1 best-selling and most viral author, celebrated for her uncanny ability to access people's energy fields. She helps people to erase inner blocks and raise their vibrations towards their fullest potential. And you can check out her website at christysheldon.com or go to Mind Valley and look up Christy Marie Sheldon. Either way, you'll for sure be able to come across her. All right, so we want to kind of have a basis for this conversation. For this to work, the blessing balls, they'll work regardless, but what's going to help you to have a much fuller and more fulfillment in your blessing ball is to upgrade one of our belief systems. So as human beings, we tend to kind of think of ourselves as maybe pitiful in the universe. I'm not really sure, sort of like less than most other things that are out there. And we got to reverse that, so the blessing ball works a whole lot better when you come up to par within yourself. And we want to get connected today and start clearing out using, actually, Christy Marie Sheldon's one of her techniques in helping to clear out any belief systems you have that go against your own divine presence. So here's the upgrade. So I just want you to take a deep breath and relax into your heart. And this is the cool thing, that I could tell you all kinds of things all day long. And some will be true, some won't be true. But if I say something true, a universal truth, and direct it into your soul, and your soul hears that truth, it takes it in and it starts working on it. And it starts realigning your belief system. Now, if I say something that's not true, your soul automatically knows it, won't accept any information. And even though your mind may play around with it or have a little journey with it, your soul won't. So that's something to keep in mind, actually, with any healer or political issue or relationship you're in. When somebody's not telling the truth from themselves or whatever, it's something to kind of keep in mind, that you can feel it on a soul level. So that's actually kind of one spirit hack to keep in mind, that your soul won't allow anything in that's not 100% true, really. It has an uncanny ability for that. But if it is true, even if your mind, personality, emotions, inner child doesn't want to hear it, too bad, so sad, because your soul is going to take it in anyway. And it will literally start a healing process. And in the sessions I do with people, sometimes people, they're just not ready to quite hear whatever it is that might be coming up. And it may be 3 months, 3 years later, and I will sometimes get a call back about, wow, I just couldn't hear that in that time, but it stuck with me. And, it came in handy later. And it's that aspect where when you're working with your soul, when something kind of sticks with you and it keeps kind of spinning around in your energy field, that's kind of the energy where you want to kind of start watching if there is a soul truth there for you to work on. So the soul truth, take a deep breath, relax into your heart, see how you feel about this. We're all infinite beings. We all have 100% awareness at all times and in all ways. And we all have free will. So those are 3 really powerful things to bring together, because if you knew you were an infinite being, you would instantly feel like this empowerment about who you are in the world, and not so powerless about things. If you knew you had 100% awareness about life, about any conversation you were having, you would always know what's in your best interest. You would start trusting yourself. It would actually start to heal a lot of your intuition and your awareness about things, to be able to trust yourself in that way. And if you remembered that you had free will, anything that you have awareness on that's in your best interest or not, you could then take action on it without, again, giving your power away to other people. So it's a real powerful sort of triple trifecta kind of energy there to keep in mind. So again, after saying that, I want you to notice how you feel in your body, how you feel in your heart, your soul, your higher self. Let it settle in. Do you have any resistance to those statements? Those will be some of the issues that we may want to kind of clear through today. And I'll say it again throughout the podcast. I know for me, I usually have to hear things several times to really, kind of have an effect. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually clear through that now. So again, taking a deep breath, I want you to breathe down into your belly, where we tend to store a lot of our emotions, belief systems, et cetera, down into that navel area, down at the pelvic area. And when you're breathing in, just noticing that energy. We just want to call in pure source energy to delete, uncreate, destory, etherealize, erase, transmute any belief systems you have that are contrary to your higher spiritual knowing, spiritual truth, that we're all infinite beings. We all have 100% awareness at all times and in all ways. And we all have free will. Hearing anything from your chakras, your belief systems, past, present, future, parallel dimensional selves, just clear that out. So we're going to, again, kind of let that settle. Out of that, notice if there's any particular chakras you feel. Organs, like, do you notice that? Like, I know for me, I feel a little bit of tightness in my solar plexus. And sometimes we just don't want to take responsibility for having that much awareness. Like that inner child part of us is like, oh man, if I knew I was an infinite being, I wouldn't necessarily have to have codependent relationships with people. If I knew I was 100% aware, I wouldn't necessarily blame other people. If I knew I had free will, I'd have to take action in my life. I would have to show up in a way that maybe I'm not 100% comfortable with, or I'd have to step into the unknown or something different. So again, just breathing in and out. Notice if there's any place in your body you feel a resistance, that you feel a distraction, if you feel a tightness, and you want to breathe all the way into it. Really let it unravel. It's like riding a roller coaster. You want to breathe all the way into that feeling tone. You start unraveling that life force energy that's kind of stuck. It's like a ball of energy that's neutral, and we qualify it to our different fears and stuff, right? So when you're using the power of breath as a healing instrument, which is all we're doing here, by breathing down into it, rolling a roller coaster, letting yourself feel it, what's going to happen is that ball of energy starts to unravel. And as it starts to unravel, it's going to raise up into your heart, and you're going to start gaining your soul's wisdom. And, you'll have more compassion for yourself and others, more forgiveness for self and others. Then as it goes a little higher, that ball of energy is going to travel up to your mental body. It's going to start to unravel neuroemotional pathways, the way you think about things. So just keep breathing into that energy. Again, we're asking that pure source energy, pure love and light energy, to delete, uncreate, destory, erase, transmute, and etherealize any belief systems, thought forms, traumas, anything in your energy field that holds you back from this higher truth. So while we're letting that unravel, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Wild Magic with Adrienne, and we're going to be back, and we'll learn how to raise our vibrational frequency to love or above. So stay tuned in, and we'll be right back. And we're back. I'm Adrienne Cobb, your host, and you're listening to Wild Magic with Adrienne. On Spirit Hacks today, we're learning about how to make our life a little bit easier and more graceful with creating blessing balls, a manifestation tool, which is a technique I learned from Christy Marie Sheldon on Mind Valley. Reminder, I will be taking live calls today. If you want to call in with a live question at 1-800-930-2819. Again, that's 1-800-930-2819. Okay, so we were just kind of clearing through kind of a deeper level of just letting go of any belief systems that might be getting in your way as we go in to create the blessing ball. And again, so our basic, starting point here to upgrade our belief system is we are all infinite beings. We all have 100% awareness, and we all have free will. Okay, so the basics of how this works with blessing balls, or maybe any kind of manifestation energy, is we're learning how to raise and direct your vibrational frequency. So everything is based in quantum physics, is based on vibration, and we're a vibrational being kind of moving in form. Our thoughts are vibrations, our emotions are vibrations, everything about us, regardless of how physical it all looks. So we're working from the quantum physics mode of manifesting through vibration, but it's easier said than done when you're working with an invisible force, because the vibrational energy, if you're highly intuitive or an indigo adult, you might notice vibration more easily. But, for a lot of people just living day to day and, having to kind of tone our vibration to just the physical world around us, it's a little bit more difficult. So the blessing ball gives you a super fun, easy, and tangible way to manifest with energy. And that's one of the reasons I like it a lot. So it's a very direct process, especially if you're stuck, let's say, in a manifesting rut, where you've hit a level that may even be kind of above average for, most people, but it's not nearly where you want to be or know that you can be. And if that sounds familiar, the blessing ball is going to raise the bar for you. It's going to give you kind of a heightened connection here. So even at the tiniest level, quantum mechanics has discovered that atoms and subatoms are in fact composed of packets of energy. Now, leading research on human consciousness is showing that this energy vibrates on a scale. It's sometimes referred to as the David Hawkins scale. You might sometimes find chiropractors or healers that will say, hey, let me test that on the scale to see if you should take this trip or use this particular supplement. So the vibration scale, and Jacob wants to put that up there, actually, a picture of that, but the vibration scale opens on the discovery that each human emotion has a vibration in the exact same way that matter does. So a physical object is going to have a vibrational resonance, all right, but our emotions do too. And tapping into source energy and then bringing it through your body and then amplifying it with an elevated emotion can do wonders when we're trying to manifest, right? So heavy emotions like fear, anger, or shame vibrate at low frequencies, but feelings like love, joy, peace, bliss, love or above, those are the love above energies, and they're an uplifting frequency, right? So the question is, what vibration are you most often operating at? And how does that vibration affect yourself and your reality? So whenever you're in your mom's womb, there are certain chemicals and hormones being put out all the time. And what I've noticed in my energy is that I have a tendency towards the energy of worry. And it may not be my natural state, but it's something that the minute I get afraid or I get off kilter, I start worrying about people and situations and future events. So in my mom's womb, that was very likely from some healing stuff I've done. She herself might have had worry that maybe came from her mother and her mother, et cetera. It can be kind of passed down in the lineage. And so worry has a frequency to it, and it has a vibrational resonance to it. So if I'm not careful with my day-to-day activities, what happens is if I get scared or off center, I'll slip into worry. And if I can catch it in my thinking process, I'll know that. And I've even tried to drop the word worry from my vocabulary. Instead, if I am worried about something, I might say, yeah, I'm kind of concerned about you. I'm kind of concerned about that. Even changing the word of whatever your thing is. For some people, it's fear. For some people, it's anger. So I want you just to take a moment and just notice what vibration, what lower vibration do you tend to drop into? Breathing in, just being unconditionally honest with yourself. It's a pretty common emotion or thought that you'll probably go to often in a day. Shouldn't be hard to identify. Okay, so let's just take a breath and start clearing through that. We're going to call in that pure love and light energy, pure source energy. Calling into the angelic realms, the ascended masters, your tribes and councils of light, presence of your soul helping us here, that transmuting flame. And we want to go ahead and begin clearing through any negative, emotional, static energy that you tend to lower your vibration to. And we want to upgrade it. So think about the one that you have. Like mine might be worry. Maybe I upgrade it to concern. And beyond concern, my key word is I trust you. And you can feel the major difference, right? I worry about you, just like slam dunks your energy. I say, I trust you. Boom, it like uplifts your energy and uplifts mine too. All right. So breathing into your keyword, we're calling into pure love and light energy to delete, uncreate, de-story it, take the story out of it, erase, etherealize, transmute it, take it up a notch. Notice what would feel better to you. What word would feel better to you? We want to delete, uncreate, de-story that word, take it up one more notch. What is the ultimate positive? Mine is I trust you. I trust life. I trust in the divine. I trust the unknown. So listen to your word. You can call in on a soul level and listen. Hey, we want to download that, asking the universe now, what would it take to let go of any of your negative associations, words, feelings, emotions that you might have even chemically be processed in your body or picked up even in utero or from your genetic lineage. And we want to upgrade it, asking the universe to download you with any frequencies that support your physical body, mind, emotional body, spirit now. Downloading that, it's done. Breathe that in, allowing these angels to kind of help out with that pure love and light energy. Okay, now, Jacob, we're getting ready for the pictures around the water crystals. So this is going to make it really, really clear what you're doing with your emotions. So one of the most famous studies on the power of our thoughts and emotions was in Dr. Masaru Emoto's water experiment on the crystals, and observed the difference. What he was doing is observing the difference in water crystals composition after being exposed to the words of love and anger, respectively. So when you have these lower emotions, our body is mostly comprised of water. And so if you send out a negative thought to somebody or negative thinking within yourself, a lot of times what happens is that energy will start to distort the cells of your body, the electrons of your body. You're literally kind of working against yourself. So looking at these water crystals, you can see the distortion of the water crystal when negative emotions, thoughts are sent to them versus positive ones, right? So even in your own body or in the world, this is just a great experiment that shows you. So your vibrational frequency will attract emotions and physical manifestations because everything's in vibration. And on the David Hawkins scale, if I am vibrating at I trust you and that kind of energy, then what happens is I'm going to create a reality of greater trust in my life. People I can trust, situations I can trust, a universe I can trust, and good things would just tend to flow in. If I worry and I drop my vibration to that level, then all of a sudden I'm going to start attracting in situations, people that I need to worry about. It's just like attracts like. So on that level, if your energy frequency is low, you'll be attracting into your life disruption and difficulties. But if you shift your energetic frequency to higher levels, you'll start attracting a life that serves you, one aligned with your true whole self, and life will suddenly become so much easier and happier. So shocking fact, if enlightenment on the David Hawkins scale is at a level of 1,000, the average human is only vibrating at 20% of that. So we're only vibrating at 20% of what we have available to us. And as mentioned earlier, this is a level where a person reaches an awareness that through their thoughts, actions can influence reality. So there's so much more in front of us on that level. And so you look at people like Gandhi, Martin Luther King, other different master teachers, even that Christy Marie Sheldon, they're vibrating, they're operating really people who are of high service and, bringing up that energy at closer to 70% instead of 20%. So that is phenomenal. And that's our goal. So the most important level of consciousness is at the level, the 500 level, that kind of that halfway mark. And this is where including the vibrating at love, 50%, peace and compassion, 60%, everything else, we want to start getting our vibration at love or above. So that 500 mark or above is what we're talking about here. And once a person opens their awareness to this level, they'll begin to experience an entirely different life. So, all right. So it wouldn't come any surprise then that the average human being, if we're vibrating around 20% of our full potential, that millions of people around the world don't know how to get out of the feeling of feeling stressed, anxious, sad, fearful, leaving us basically kind of unable to move forward towards a more truthful reality and fulfillment. So this is where we're coming back in. So just keeping that all in mind, we're going to be taking another break here. So you're listening to Wild Magic with Adrienne, and we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll learn how to actually start putting together our blessing ball. Okay, we're back. I am Adrienne, your host, and we are back with Wild Magic with Adrienne. Spirit hacks today is what we're looking at, creating blessing balls. One of the modern day mystics, Christy Marie Sheldon, has brought in through Mind Valley. Check it out on her website, christysheldon.com. Okay, so to create a blessing ball, now that we've been kind of clearing our energy, getting some things a bit up to par here on our vibrational resonance, there are several parts to the process when you're wanting to create a blessing ball. And this is actually going to work for your intuition as well. So the first is connecting your energy to source energy. Really important to plug that in, bring it all the way through your body and back up through your heart. So I want you to think of yourself as a human battery. So what happens is we're going to send our energy, and I'm going to talk you through this in meditation, but I'm going to tell you about it first, right? What we do is we send our energy up about 300 feet to where there is a kind of a portal of light. And so the story of Christy Marie Sheldon is that in her intuitive work, she came across a client one day, and that client's guides guided her to create a blessing ball for her client to help with her manifesting. In that case, it was, I think, a life partner person. So, but what she kind of notices, and I would agree with her on this, is that when you send your energy to connect to source, you're meditating, you're praying, you're blessing people, there's like a portal of light about 300 feet above that when you tap into it, it's just like source energy, right? So it's that portal. And for me, I kind of imagine shooting my energy field up about 300 feet like a redwood tree, because I love trees. So I send it up about 300 feet, and I imagine standing 300 feet tall, which is in itself an amazing feeling. Like you just feel bigger than the world and your problems are just, minuscule. So, and you tap into that portal, and then you connect and you draw down. It's like that doorway, you're the only one who can open it or shut it. For most people, that doorway is going to be open, but you can definitely open it more if you find that it's shut or not open very much. And if it is open, you want to amplify the energy. You want to, and what you're doing is you're commanding down pure love and light. So that's kind of the key word, pure love and light energy. It is a frequency. You have to remember, we're talking about frequencies, right? So pure love and light is a frequency of energy. You're commanding it down into your energy field. Why? Because you are an infinite being. You are 100% aware at all times and all ways, and you have free will. Okay, that's my third time. So hopefully that's selenium by now. Okay, so when you bring that pure love and light in, it's like it's going to like plug in. And as a human battery, you're plugging in, and that pure love and light is going to start charging your energy field, charging it up really powerfully. It has a cleansing effect. I like doing it at night before I go to sleep because it just washes through in any place where I've disconnected during the day for whatever reason. I just ask that it wash that out, delete, erase it, and just plug me right back in. I do it all throughout the day. I also do it if I have any stress in my body, any, stress things going on, anxiety, I stub my little toe, I have a stomach ache, I have a headache, whatever it is, you just bring that pure love and light in, anything that's going on, and you will find that it'll start to shift your body really pretty quickly. So it's a great healing agent, but it also helps to connect all of your intuitions. So we have different intuitions, which I'm going to cover in one of my other shows a couple weeks out. I'm going to be doing the Indigo, got the name of my show. Anyway, it's an Indigo show. And when we get into doing that show, we're going to talk about different forms of intuition. But when you tap into that pure light, pure source energy, pure love and light, it will open up your intuitions. It'll clear and flood through your energy field. Anything you might be over processing or unclear about, anything that somebody has projected onto you, any lies that are in your system, any discord, any place where you're not making good decisions, any place where your polarities are spinning backwards. All these things affect us, and it will just clean it up, and you'll feel safer, better, calmer, stronger, more at peace, more intuitive. So you bring it all the way through your body. I like bringing it through all of my chakras, and I'm, claircognizant. I'm, aware of love and above energy, pure love and light. I'm seeing through pure love and light. And we're going to do this in the meditation in a minute. And I take it through all of my chakras, my spinal column, nervous system, because it will strengthen your nervous system. A lot of times people are empathic. The myelin sheath around their nervous system is kind of thin, and this helps to strengthen it. You send it, okay, so as a battery, you're charging yourself, right? But also as a battery, there's two cables you have to ground. So then you send that energy all the way down to the heart of the earth. And as you send that energy all the way down to the heart of the earth, you want to find a place to plug into that planetary energy, that source energy at the planetary center. And you plug into a place that feels really supportive, good, positive for you. And then once you feel plugged in, you start drawing it back up. And you draw it up to the bottoms of your feet, your knees, your hips, up to your heart. And then you expand it around you like a great central sun in a 360 radius. And just notice your energy field just get, light and bright, your own innate brilliance. And then you send it out around the earth itself. And you just send it out. And the reason you want to do that is you want your energy as expanded as possible, because you want to start now magnetizing in the circuitry of the entire planet, love or above energy. It's infinite. So technically, as an infinite being, you can go out to universes. That's perfectly cool and fine, cosmoses, whatever you want to go into. But it's easy just to kind of keep it around the earth itself. So breathing into that energy, into your heart, out around the earth, and you're opening up to the circuitry of love or above energy coming back to you. So now that's the first step, is connecting to source. And you can use the phrase, which I love that she gives, is always be connected. And you can use that as an ABC, always be connected, ABC, boom. So even if you're in a meeting, you're talking, you're driving, you're dealing with something, ABC, and then boom, you can train your energy field to immediately download that frequency. All right. So second thing, once you have that energy now, your energy field's charged, grounded, you're good to go. You have all this energy in your energy field. You're going to bring your hands to the front of you like this. And it's like you're holding a glowing ball of light. Okay. And you're just imagining your heart, this glowing ball of light. Now, Kristen Marie Sheldon calls it the blessing ball. The Ascended Masters call it a permanent atom. So this technique has, it's been around really, forever probably, but I really like how playful the way she does it. In a permanent atom, what you're doing from the Ascended Master octave is that you're visualizing, which is what we're doing here. We're going to visualize things that we want to put into the ball. You're going to put your heart into it, your feeling of how does it feel. That's a really big, important thing here with a blessing ball or a permanent atom, is that you want to charge it up with the vision, the feeling, and then also that divine power, that source energy that's going to seal it and expand it and qualify it for you, right? Organize it for you. So hold that blessing ball in front of you. Sometimes you might notice, does your blessing ball have a particular color to it? Green might be healing, growth, abundance. Red might be vitality, energy, action. Brown can sometimes be connecting to the earth or grounding. White is a common color. It unfolds all the colors of the rainbow. Mine usually come in like a golden energy because I work with great central sun angels and that great central sun energy. So just noticing whatever color might come in for you, if you see colors, right? And you want to always label your blessing ball because it allows the universe, your soul, tribes of light to actually help you know where you're directing it. So I always start with my blessing ball. So this is the blessing ball for my day and my life. I always say my day and my life. And then we start filling up with something, which we're going to do in a moment. So you charge up your blessing ball and fill it with all the different things. And I'm going to give you some examples when we go into the meditation in a moment. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn that blessing ball over. You're going to release it up to source energy to be organized on your behalf, and then draw it back down and breathe it into your heart. So breathing that into your heart energy and allowing it to radiate out, and just being that energy of unconditional love in your life, that energy that you literally are the blessing ball, because you can see it, feel it, and you got that divine power acting through you. You are the blessing ball. Send it out around the earth, because you want every resource of love or above energy coming back. And it is really quite amazing, because what happens is a lot of times is that in your energy field, you start, because you are willing to surrender it and turn it over to be organized by source energy, higher power, tribes, light, that kind of thing. What happens is it's going to come back down into you with not only love or above energy, but with something better than you even could have imagined possible. Because you have to imagine your mind has a certain fixed way of thinking about what's possible in a day. And if you knew you were an infinite being, you have, 100% awareness, and you have free will, your energy is going to start expanding to the point where you are creating things even better than you could have imagined possible. And I cannot tell you how many times that's happened. So for anybody who's like a control freak, this might be a little bit of a deal at first, but if you can just let go and let it be reorganized on your behalf, it kind of actually is very relieving, because you're turning it over to a higher power. Because a lot of times people who are empathic and healers and intuitive and indigo qualities and special traits, what happens is that we feel so responsible for everything and everybody around us. So if I want to pray for you, I got to pray for the right thing at the right time with the right people and the right scenarios. And oh my God, what if I miss that? Or what if I miss this? So when I just do the best I can with my blessing ball and I turn it over to a higher power to organize it, it kind of takes a lot of stress off of me. I just know that, again, it's a trust thing. All is well. It's all going to be okay. And I have put it into a much higher qualified energy. So again, you can call in that blessing ball, my day, my life. You can also call in the blessing ball once you're done with yourself. I would always recommend filling up your blessing ball. Big favor by doing that, because in the water crystal book, gratitude is actually, it's hydrogen, 2-point hydrogens, 1-point oxygen. So gratitude and love. Okay, we're going to come back with that. So we're going to take a quick break. This is Adrienne Cobb, and you're with Wild Magic with Adrienne. We'll be back in just a moment. Hey, we are back on. I'm Adrienne, your host, and you're listening to Wild Magic with Adrienne. We're talking about blessing balls and how to snazzy up your manifesting skills by raising your vibrational frequency to love or above. The David Hawkins scale, that's 500 or above, and those higher, more elevated emotions, which also it's taught in one of my favorite books by Joe Dispenza. So he does talk about it also in Becoming Supernatural. We'll talk more about that in another show, but anyway, raising up your vibrational skills. So now that we have our energy a little bit more connected, we're playing with the blessing balls for your day and your life. One of the other third important tools for shifting your vibrational resonance is asking the question, what would it take to do whatever? Okay, so you have a question about something. I want you to think about something that you have a question about. Like, let's just play with what we've been doing so far. Like, for instance, I started out with that frequency of worry. I might shift my word to maybe I'm concerned. And then I elevated it to a higher, more elevated emotion of I trust. Trust you, I trust me, trust the universe. Okay. So now that I have that information, or something that I want to shift for my blessing ball to work better, then you ask the universe the question, and the soul, the universe, source energy, tribes, councils of light have to answer you. It's just like part of the way it is. You ask a question and it has to be answered. And so you say, what would it take for me to live my life in complete trust? What would it take for me to live my life in complete trust? What would it take for me to trust myself and others and the universe? Ask any way you want. And you really want to try to ask that question up to 20, 30 times within the day. You can do it 10 times here, 10 times before bed. You can do it all at once. But a lot of times just driving that question home really works best. And because we have these really kind of hard and steady neuroemotional pathways that kind of hold us in place, asking that questions, what it does is it kind of takes the wiring and it unplugs it. And it says, oh, what would it take to learn how to trust? I'm going to plug into a new neural pathway over here. And it does that. And then before long, you're just whatever it is that you're asking about. So then you ask for source energy that we're plugged into, pure love and light, purified source energy to clear, delete, uncreate, de-story, erase, etherealize, whatever words you want to use, transmute, anything blocking me from experiencing this throughout all time, space, dimension, and realities. Okay, so what would it take to, and I want you to put your thing in there right now. So again, we're plugged into source energy. Ask the question, what would it take to I'm asking source energy, this pure love and light, purified source energy to clear, delete, uncreate, de-story, erase, transmute, etherealize, anything blocking me from this experience now, throughout all time, space, dimension, and realities. Okay, and then you follow it up with, now I'm asking, because you see, you just cleared something out. I'm asking the universe to download my body with the perfect frequency to support me fully to embody this now. All right, so you got that? Okay, so I was playing around with the lottery a couple of weeks ago. What would it take for me to win the lottery? And putting it in my blessing ball. And I went out and actually got the lottery ticket because that's a big first step, right? To actually go get it. So I go get it and I'm so excited, you know, and a couple of days go by, the lottery's been played and I go in and I, you know, test the ticket and it's a winner. I mean, it's only $4, but it's a winner. So, you know, then I realized that, wow, that's a self-worth issue. So then I'm now working on what would it take for me to raise my self-worth? What would it take for me to have 100% self-worth in my life, myself, my heart, my intuition, my abundance? So these are just examples that you can begin playing with. All righty. So let's put it all together now. Let's actually kind of build out this blessing ball. We're going to bring it all the way through. All right. So I want you to begin. Just close your eyes, balance your energy. Imagine sending your energy up 300 feet as if you're a big tree or a big building, or just sending your energy up just with your mind's eye, whatever works best for you. You can feel it, sense it, see it, know it. 300 feet, tapping into that doorway, that portal of light to source energy, and just notice that beautiful glowing. To me, I almost see it like a glowing, golden, brilliant, white ball of just pure love and light. And it's almost like a rotating disc of light, all right? And I just want you to now notice if your door is open or closed. If it's closed, you may want to open it. If it's open a little bit, open it more. If it's already open more, then we just want to amplify it. We want to turn up the volume, and we're commanding down pure love and light, pure love and light, pure love and light, streaming down, plugging into the crown chakra, streaming through your nervous system, streaming through your chakra system, and bringing in that pure love and light that you can always know pure loving light at your crown chakra. You can see pure loving light through your vision. You can hear pure love and light at all times. You can speak pure love and light. You are feeling, believing, and knowing pure loving light in your heart. You are feeling safe, secure, and at peace in your solar plexus with pure love and light. You are feeling congruent in your second chakra, congruent and whole, and fully confident with pure love and light. You're congruent in all things you do or see. You are grounded at the sacral chakra, or the chakra at the perineum, that you are grounded and always grounded in pure love and light energy, sending that energy down your arms, down your legs, to the bottoms of your feet, that your feet are always walking in pure love and light energy. You're always being guided and directed in pure love and light. Send that energy all the way to the heart of the earth, like a tube of white light going all the way down to the heart of the earth, the planetary source energy, and feeling how much source energy absolutely loves you. Just like the source energy above you loves, adores, and cherishes you, does anything to support, supply, and sustain you. The planetary energy, that source energy, that big ball of energy in the heart of the planet, also love, adores, and cherishes you. It wants to support, supply, and sustain you as well. Plugging into a place that feels really happy and good for you. You can move your grounding cord around. All right, and now draw that energy back up through the bottoms of your feet, through your knees, through your hips, stabilizing your energy, bringing it all the way up into your heart and expanding around you like a great golden sun of light in a 360 radius, feeling it charging up your energy field all the way out. Now sending it and directing it out around the planet, and just feeling it boom through your consciousness, go all the way out around the earth itself, acting as a living blessing of pure love and light to all of life. And just how good that feels, just to know that as you send your energy out as an infinite being with 100% complete awareness, and knowing that you have free will, that you were able to send this blessing of pure love and light out to all of life. And then opening that energy flow back up for a circuitry of love and above energy flowing back to you. And just feel that love and above, breathing it right into your heart, expanding your energy even more so, like an infinity symbol. Okay, right, now we want to begin to breathe in that energy. So building your ball, putting your hands in front of you, creating a blessing ball of light. Notice if there's a particular color, call it my day and my life. Download it with pure love and light energy. You really want to feel this pure love and light energy, pure love and light energy. I always say it 3 times. Purified source energy, purified source energy, purified source energy, grace and gratitude. Grace will speed everything up like WD-40. So grace expands the energy. Gratitude opens you up for receiving. Call in your guides, your angels, master teachers, source energy, cosmic Christ presence to put anything in your blessing ball that serves your highest and best good. You can also put your kids, your pets, your home, your car, your bank accounts, your business into your blessing ball. You can ask that any problems are instantly resolved, and that harmonious perfection is coming in to replace that. Any of your needs and desires are instantly met even before you know you need it, with pure love and above energy at all times and in all ways, putting your health, your body, all the cells, DNA, RNA, mitochondria into your energy field, a trip you're going to take. You just want to keep filling it up till it's full, right? And as you fill it up with anything that's meaningful to you, you breathe it into your heart, turn it over, send it up to be organized with source energy for the highest good of all concerned. Organize it for your highest and best good, breathing it back down, expanding it through your energy field, and sending it back out around the earth. So thank you so much for being on the call today. We are coming to a completion, and you can always check out more that I have to offer at mywildmagic.com. Again, that is mywildmagic.com. And thank you so much for the call today. Thanks for tuning in to Wild Magic with me, your host, Adrienne Cobb. Each one of us has a soul purpose on this earth and a higher purpose full of creative expression and unique soul attributes. Make sure to tune in next week on transformationtalkradio.com to continue your journey home to your truest self and pursue the path of unconditional self-love. If you would like to learn more about me, visit mywildmagic.com. Again, that's mywildmagic.com.